Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills would love nothing more than to finish out today's game with a second notch in that win column. It's the Colts going up against the Bills.
Thank you, Larry. Winter just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a first down throw. Lock. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Luck on first down. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Gore, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
On second down, here's Locke. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On second down, here's Taylor. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. goes. Jonathan Hankins in there to get him for a loss of 5. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Colton Schmidt, 4th-year man from UC Davis, on to punt it away. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. This is fielded at the 27. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
After the interception, here's Taylor, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. From midfield now, here's Taylor. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. Oh, into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers. Because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback trying to throw the football. Rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. On 1st down, Love. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Second down following the incompletion. Out of the gun, Luck. A dump off here for Gore. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on third down, Luck. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. The Colts send out their punter. Back deep is Micah Hyde. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Second down, Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. After the interception, it's Luck. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's Luck now on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. Luck finding his emerging tight end Doyle for a Colt first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Luck. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Matt Milano in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Here's Luck. They go with a screen to Gore. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the best rivalries going. We'll have the Ravens and Steelers for you at 8:30 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday night, another divisional matchup. This time it's the Pats heading down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Nice twofer there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he motions the wide receiver. 2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. The big fella. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the Bills getting set to go. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. To throw is Taylor. Looking to throw on second down. Flushed out right. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And the wideout in motion. On third down, Taylor. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Henry Anderson in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's Colton Schmidt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 36. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now on second down, this is Gore. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Aiken, the man in motion. On third down, they'll run with Gore. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, it's Gore. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Bills will take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On the toss, it's Gore. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Play fake to Gore. It's Locke. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 1st and 10, Locke. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Three yards to go on second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Aiken, the man in motion. Back to the ground game here. Gore. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a third down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Vinatieri's kick is good. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, it's Kalen Clay. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Second and 10 now. It's Taylor. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Come on, let's go. What? Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Shift.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. On third down, Taylor. Powell on the catch. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go. Flex round.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Let's go.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Flex round.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Bills on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw is Lott. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here. And Luck hands this one off to Gore. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. The Colts send out their punter on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And he motions the wide receiver. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
And the wideout in motion. Taylor on 3rd down. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Colton Schmidt now, standing just about on his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. Oh, good move by T.Y. Hilton. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a first down throw. Locke over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
We got three. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A shotgun snap for Love. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Luck on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shaq Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Play action. It's Locke. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Kamar Aiken, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. So they're going to go for 2. From the gun, here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First down, it's Taylor. And he slings one that's incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Taylor to throw again. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And it's third down.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great. But you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
Taylor now to throw on third down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Here we go. Ohio. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Flex round.
Play clock winding down. Here we go. It's Taylor on fourth down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the Colts coming out now. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Colts on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. They'll send Hilton in motion right. Luck gives to his running back, Gore. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that one ups the lead to 22-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And here come the Bills. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's Taylor to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the rookie out of Florida, Quincy Wilson, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Luck now to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Shaq Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Here's Luck. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the rookie out of Florida, Quincy Wilson. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round. Ohio.
On 2nd down, Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Here we go. Flex round. Ohio.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now Taylor on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. It's the rookie out of Florida, Quincy Wilson. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. Gore fighting him off. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that, plus 3.
Another carry now for Gore. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Colts send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now out come the Bills. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Watch right. Ohio. Come on, let's go. Ohio.
the gun. It's Taylor. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. One last shot for Taylor. Steps away. And some room. The ball comes out, and this will go out of bounds, so no recovery, and that is how this one will come to an end.